This conference will now be recorded.
So to introduce myself, my name is Rajshekhar and you can call me Raj, and I'll be taking care of this full stack Java training course. Coming to my experience, I'm having totally 22 years of training experience and more than 15 plus years of real-time experience. And I've done trainings to major IT companies like TCS, Wipro, Virtusa, Deloitte. To list out, it goes more than 50 companies. And I've even trained more than 500 batches online trainings and more than 2000 plus classroom trainings related to Java technology. So that's the background. And coming to our course, full stack Java. Full stack Java. So this course I've divided into some categories. Like initially we go with core Java. Initially we start with core Java. Then we go with the next one, web technologies. Then advanced Java, frameworks, and we are going to discuss the real-time tools. Now, initially, we'll be starting with core Java. This core Java, even we call it as Java SC. Java SC means Java SC stands for Java Standard Edition. Java SC stands for what? Java Standard Edition. And the main use of going for core Java is used to develop standalone or desktop applications. Standalone or desktop applications. So can anyone take the examples of standalone applications, desktop applications? What you have used on your operating system, the desktop applications. Can anyone take the examples?
Go to meeting.
Yeah, go to meeting. It's under web, right? So multiple users can use this. So it does not come under as web application.
Camera.
Yeah, camera. Then notepad, paint, calculator, MS Office, right? Like Word, Excel, all these are desktop applications. Once we install on our system, we need not connect to other system to run the application. So internet is not required to run the applications. They are independent. That's the reason the name has come standalone or desktop applications. In this core Java, we'll be initially starting with the Java introduction. We go with Java introduction. Then we'll be learning the Java features, what we can do with Java. Then the next one will be going with download and install Java. Download and install Java 18 version. The latest version of Java is 18. Then once we download and install Java on our operating system, we'll be developing a Java application. We'll be developing a Java application at command prompt. Since my operating system is Windows, I'll be showing it command prompt, and even I'll be guiding you how to develop, how to download and install Java on Mac operating system and how to develop Java application at terminal. So I'll be guiding you that how to do that. The next one we'll be going with download and install Eclipse IDE. In our course, I'm going to make use of Eclipse IDE. So this Eclipse IDE will remain same for any operating system. So whatever I'm doing on Windows, you can do the same thing on Linux or Mac. Then the next one, developing a Java application in Eclipse IDE. So with this, we complete the introduction part of Java, like what is the need of Java, then how to develop applications at command prompt and Eclipse. Then the next one will be going with Java basics. Java basics. So where we'll be learning the basic concepts of programming, like the meaning of comments, the meaning of keywords, variables, data types, operators, then if statement, switch statement, more of programming, switch statement, while loop, do while loop, for loop, like this. So this is the place where we increase our programming and logical skills. And starting from basics, I'll be giving assignments to you every day. So whatever the assignments I'm giving every day, you need to do it and submit it back. How to submit, I'll discuss when I give my first assignment. The next one is arrays. So can anyone say what is the use of arrays? What is the need of going for arrays?
Where when we want to store a similar type of data, we can
Right.
use array so that different types of data is not included.
Right. So whenever you want to collect some elements, we go for arrays. Collection of elements only we can say arrays. The next and very, very important one is Java object-oriented programming. OOP means object-oriented programming. This is the major and important one for us. If you are good with this object-oriented programming, then only we can understand the remaining topics of Java. And in this object-oriented programming, we'll be learning the concepts. We'll be going with the concepts like the meaning of objects, classes, then we go with constructors, then this reference, static keyword, packages, inheritance, polymorphism, then final keyword, inner classes, access modifiers, encapsulation, like this. So very well, encapsulation, abstract classes, very important one, abstract classes, interfaces. Right? This is very, very important one, and this will take totally 5 days for us to complete. The next one will go with a concept like land package. So the meaning of package is like a folder concept. So why we create folders in our operating system? To store related files. Similarly, package is like a folder only in Java where we store related classes. Under this, we learn some of the predefined classes like object class, string class, string builder class, string buffer class, math class, wrapper classes. Right? The next and very, very important topic is exception handling. The meaning of exception is like a runtime error. So while writing the program, you'll be seeing some errors. We'll be getting some errors. Those we call compile time errors, syntax errors. If you are not following the rules of language, we get errors that we call compile time or syntax errors. After writing the code, if you want to see the result of your application, we have to run the code. So during that situation only we call runtime. So during runtime, if you are getting errors, that only we call exception. And once we get exception, the program will get terminated. The application will get terminated, which is not good way of developing applications. To avoid that abnormal termination only, we go for exception handling. The next one, multi-threading. Can anyone take examples of multitasking? Examples of multitasking? You might have used it on your operating system, multitasking.
Like the same operating system do different things, like as we are running a notepad and simultaneously we are having a web application going on. So that's a
Right.
multitask
Right.
operating
Yeah,
system.
very good. Very good. Very good example. So in my case, here I'm able, if you are able to open multiple applications, like in our case, we have opened Notepad, browser, GoToMeeting, like this. Okay, opening multiple applications. Like one more example, like you are listening to the songs and writing some document in Microsoft Word. So doing the things simultaneously. Then what is a thread? Have you seen thread anytime? Did you see the examples of threads? Have you seen threads? So actually you have seen threads, but we don't know they are threads. We work with threads actually, maximum case every day. So the good example of thread is like Gmail. If you take Gmail, Gmail is a task. In Gmail, how many compose windows can we open? How many compose windows can we open? One or multiple?
Multiple.
Yeah. Rohini, I'm getting some noise from your end. You can use messages, Rohini. Or
Probably multiple.
yeah, check the mic problem. You can use messages. Chat message. Some noise is coming from your end. Right. Yeah. Yes, Sriya, you are saying one or multiple,
Multiples.
right? We can open multiple compose window. So every compose window what we open, they are what? Threads. They are threads here. Threads are part of one task. Then, and if you go to a compose message, how many attachments we can do? One or multiple?
Multiple, sir.
Right?
Multiple.
Right. Very good. So every attachment what you are doing, they are again thread. So when we are doing one attachment, we can even attach one more. So you need not wait one thing to get completed. And when attachments are going on, we can even type the subject and body of the message. You can even type what? Subject and body of the message. And the advantage of multi-threading is performance. So in order to increase the performance of our application, we go for this multi-threading. One more good example of multi-threading is GoToMeeting, our GoToMeeting. In GoToMeeting is a task. And in this task, I can able to show the screen to you. That is one thread. I can record the class. It's one more thread. I can speak with you. It's a thread. Right? Now the next one and very, very important one, collections. By using arrays, we can even collect the data. By using collections also, we can collect the data. Then what is the advantage of collections over arrays is when we go with arrays, we have to mention the size, how many elements you want to collect. We have to mention the size, how many elements we want to collect. For example, if you go with the size as 50, we can collect maximum 50 elements only. We cannot decrease the size, we cannot increase the size. But in reality, we cannot go for fixed sizes. That is a place where we go for collections. So unlimited collection of elements here. No need to mention the size. Very, very important. Any project you take, we make use of collections in that. The next one, we go with the lambda expressions, functional
Excuse me,
interface,
sir.
functional interfaces,
I'm sorry
and
to interrupt.
yeah. Yes, Sriya. Any question?
Sir, yeah, may I?
Sriya, you can ask.
Hello? Yeah.
We can able to hear you.
So, can we have collections in any other language or do we have it only in Java also?
We are having in Python also, Python, .NET. There also we are having collections.
In C?
In C, no. C and C++ does not have collections.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. So we can manage this. We can manage these collections if you remember in C language or C++, this linked list stack. We can manage with linked list. No, linked list is also unlimited collection of data. So we can manage that collections using linked list concept in C and C++, but you have to write the code. We should write the code inside. But here in Java, you need not write any code. It is all predefined for us. That's the difference. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
So don't worry about lambda expression function interface now. We'll be discussing more when we come to this topic. The next one, IO package. IO package. The use of this IO package is like input output. Now, the need of this going for IO package is like whatever the programs we are writing, when we run the application, the data what we use during runtime, is it temporary data or permanent data?
Temporary?
Temporary, right? Very good. Temporary data, because the data is stored in RAM memory, and RAM memory is temporary. The data is stored in what? RAM memory, and RAM is temporary. Then where we can store data permanently?
In ROM.
In RAM. RAM is for
ROM.
read only memory, so we cannot write. Hard disk, where we can store data permanently. Right? We can store data permanently where? In a hard disk, either in the form of data files or database tables. So this IO package is mainly to manage the data files. The next one, we go with SQL concepts. SQL concepts using MySQL database. So in our codes, we are going to learn this SQL concepts using MySQL database. So here in our codes, we'll be using MySQL database to store the data permanently. The next and very, very important one, JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. So from our Java program, we can connect to a database. Okay, so very, very important one. Any project you take, we make use of JDBC in that. That much important it is. So with this, we complete our core Java. Then the next one, web technologies. This even we call it as UI design, user interface design, or front-end design. In this web technologies, we'll be going with the topics like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, XML, JSON, and Angular. So even we are going to cover Angular, very, very important one. Once we complete these web technologies, we go with the next one, advanced Java, or you can even call it as Java EE. Java EE stands for, the full form of JDBC is Java Database Connectivity. Okay, so from Java, we can able to connect to databases. Clear, Manvi?
Yes, Akhil.
Right. So Java EE stands for Java Enterprise Edition. And the main use of going for Java EE is used to develop web applications. It's for web applications. So the examples of web applications are like this Gmail, Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, Book My Show, Make My Trip. All these are web applications. Here we'll be going with the two topics like servlets and JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. JSP stands for what? Java Server Pages. Once we complete this advanced part, the next one and very, very important one, frameworks. So without frameworks, no Java projects. That much important nowadays. any project you take now related to Java technology, in that we have to use frameworks compulsory. Then some people will ask me a question like, why can't we learn frameworks directly? What is the need of going with all these topics when we are able to use frameworks only in project? So to understand frameworks, compulsory you should come from this background. The code what we write inside is complete code Java only. And to make it as web application, this background is required. To do the front end part, this background is required. Okay, so directly we cannot enter into this topics. Everything step by step we need to learn. Then in our course, we'll be learning two important frameworks. We'll be going with two important frameworks. One is Hibernate framework and one more is Spring framework. Before we go to the Spring framework, even we will be learning web services. We'll be learning web services as we are going to use this web services concept in Spring. Under Spring, we'll be going with some of the modules like Spring Core or Bean module, the Spring DAO module, very important. Under this DAO, it's mainly for database connection, where we'll be going with modules like Spring JDBC module, Spring ORM module, where we integrate with Hibernate, the Spring Data JPA module, right? The very important. If you are good with this DAO module, 80% of the project is done. The next one, Spring MVC module. This is mainly used to develop web applications. It's for web applications. Then we go with the next one, Spring REST module. So this is in this REST module only we'll cover this web services. Then before this, we go with one more very important module, Spring Boot module. So in our course, even we are going to cover Spring Boot. The next one, we'll be going with microservices using Spring Boot. These are the part under frameworks. Then during our course, we'll be going with some of the real-time tools like JUnit, Maven, Lombok, Postman, GitHub, like this, right? Then the duration of our course, goes with approximately 55 hours. Then the time is Monday to Friday. The time of our class is Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. IST. And the class will go for maximum 1 hour. You can plan accordingly and never cross 1 hour. The class will get completed before 1 hour only. It depends on the topic. I'll be just completing the topic. It may take something around 50 minutes, sometimes 55 minutes sometimes, and I'll be using the remaining time for your queries. Okay, if you are having some queries, any. Okay, and whatever the GoToMeeting link you are having, you can use the same GoToMeeting link to join the class tomorrow and even for next week. So for tomorrow and even for next week, the link will remain same to join. After that, so I'll be sharing one more new link to you, which I'll be mentioning the dates from which date to which date you can use that link. So once the date is completed to use the link to join the class, I'll be taking care of sending that new link to you. I'll be taking care of. And the class is getting recorded. The recordings will be shared to you after the class. It's a regular process. Every day, once we have done with the class, the recording will be shared to you within 2 hours. Okay. So recordings, documents and recordings. Even the document, whatever the document I'm typing, so documents and recordings of the class will be shared to you every day after the class. within 2 hours after the class. Within 2 hours after the class. Right? Please download the recordings. Please download the recordings onto your local machine. Please download the recordings onto your local machine. If you are absent, for continuous 3 days without intimating, then the recordings will not be shared to you. So due to some reasons, we may take break. So if you are not intimating anything about your leave, if you are not joining the classes continuous 3 days without intimating you, the recordings will be stopped to you. Okay. So if you are taking any break, if you are not attending the class due to some reasons, just send a mail to me. Just send a mail to me that you are unable to attend. If you are not attending continuous 3 days, I'll be sending a mail to you to join the classes. And if you are not responding to the mail, then the recordings will be stopped to you. Right? Let me stop here.